I read this year, Ukamaka Odesakwe's Ogadema.
Okay.
And it just felt like somebody picked up the strand from where Buchemecheta left off and came in, and I came up with that same sense. And it's just something that her writing has influenced so many storytellers here in a very quiet but definite way. I remember starting the book. I think the book started as she was running, running, and then because I lived in North West Lagos, Yaba. Just the quiet desperation of this person's running, the character. But what I liked about this book was the richness of the queer characters. It felt like watching a painter, in action. In 2010 or 11, I did what some people said at the time was the first positive interview-based portrayal of young queer people in the country.
Yeah.
I was struck. It was called Color Me Gay in Next Newspapers. And what struck me was that there was a striving, multi-experiential queer community up and down the country, all pretending there is at least in the middle class, there's an acceptance without an acknowledgement. There's this I don't know how to explain the silence. This hypocrisy is not the word, but hypocrisy is judgmental. There's this loud silence where people are living their lives, doing their thing in different ways, and yet we tell ourselves that we are fundamentally a homophobic country. Was that in the back of your mind when you were telling these stories? And if not, whether or not, does that confuse you how Nigeria lives with this dissonance?
Recently I've been thinking, we actually live in a don't ask, don't tell kind of reality.
Don't ask, don't tell, yes. Yes.
And I think around the time I was writing a lot of these stories, I had a different reality, at least a different socio-economic reality, right? And for me, my main focus was, at least because I was writing a lot from my experience and the experiences of the people with whom I went to school, the people I called my friends. I remember being in Atlanta recently, this before I came back home, and I was and feeling this sort of, and not rage, but so a friend of mine took me to a club, took me club hopping actually, and I saw a lot of queer Nigerian men in their 40s, and I was like, where were you people when they were kidnapping us? I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, you people are here living your life, and there are people I knew, of course, it's not my place to sort of ask anybody to make anything, but I just felt this sense of betrayal. Yeah. Because I was just like, what? Yeah. Wait, queer Nigerians actually living their lives.
Yes.
And I did not know. It just felt like there's this kind of remove across class.
There is a remove across class.
And it's just, and I'm like, yeah, so that feeling of feeling disappointment was there. Coming back this year, I'm seeing a number of families where, the parents know and they're like, okay, cool, but there's an understanding, a quiet understanding that you're going to marry a woman. Yes. You're going to bring, and this is going to be a hush-hush thing where you do whatever you do with your boy in the privacy of your life.
That's recreation.
Exactly, recreation. And then you have to, and I'm like, it's like if people want your children to be depressed, okay, no problem, but yeah, we just operate in that sort of sense of don't ask, don't tell, and it's everywhere. And what I like to tell people, I'm just like, this thing you're saying, you're insulting your brother without even knowing. You're insulting your uncle without knowing. You're insulting even your very best friend without knowing.
Yes. It's a familiar Nigerian experience where you sit in a church, and this is a Judah experience, and the pastor is preaching rabidly against homosexuals and gay people, and his son is in the congregation. And I'm like, maybe God is trying to even punish you. Maybe God is trying to punish you because the hate, the bitterness, the anger, you can not want something, you cannot like something, but the hate is the one I don't understand. And so for these people, I'm like, look, I understand you have to preach, you believe in this, but you don't even know that your son is in the direct line of fire for this bristling, kind of hate.